So, brand new UFC fighter Kai Asakura, who recently lost in his title shot against Alexandre Pantoja not too long ago, is aiming for a return this summer. Uh, if you guys don't remember, he used to be a big legend at a different fighting organization by the name of Ryzen. He was really good there. That's where he made a name for himself. He had a ton of really cool knockouts. I think he even dislocated a guy's jaw with an overhand or a hook or something like that. Some sort of punch he threw that was so clean. He disconnected his opponent's jaw. So he big fighter coming out of that organization. The UFC signed him and booked him for an immediate title shot against Pantoja. As soon as that title shot was booked, I had said time and time again that Alexandre Pantoja is absolutely going to just dog walk Kai Asakura. Basically, keep moving forward. I think his chin will withstand the amazing knockout power of Kai Asakura. And then Pantoja will simply move forward, lay on top of Kai, and dominate him for the full 5 rounds. It actually turned out that, the universe had different plans. Pantoja was able to eat some pretty devastating shots from Kai Sakura. Some of them were really clean, but Pantoja's chin is one of the best in the UFC. Pantoja proceeded to eat those shots, move forward, throw a couple of good shots of his own, which does show that Pantoja's striking is improving, and then, inevitably lay on top of Kai Sakura and find a submission early. So Kai Sakura pretty much not a crazy humiliating performance because there were moments, but still you could consider that a fraud check. Yeah, it can definitely be considered a fraud check. But anyway, yes, Kai Sakura got dominated in his title shot. Not a big surprise to me because I said that would happen. It's just styles make fights, and the styles made the fight in that fight. Um, but the new question is, who is Kai Sakura going to face next? Um, I'm thinking they may give Kai the winner of Moreno versus Urseg because Brandon Moreno and Steve Urseg are fighting this month. They're fighting each other, or they may give Manil Kopp to Kai Sakura, but I doubt they give Manil Kopp to him because Manil pretty much earned his title shot in his last fight. So I think Manil is up next after Kai France gets his shot. So I think it's most likely going to be the winner of Moreno versus Urseg that fights Kai next, and it's going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be a really great fight because both Moreno and Urseg are strikers, so it's going to be a big fight on the feet. A fight that I think Kai Sakura is most likely going to win, given his knockout power and his strength. I think it just takes a good grappler to defeat Kai Sakura, or at least a pretty well-rounded fighter. And both Urseg and Moreno have ground game. They're not like babies in the woods when it comes to wrestling or grappling, but they're not. I wouldn't consider them to be really, really, really high level. They're mostly boxers. They're two brilliant boxers who can really develop some noteworthy knockouts on the feet. And going up against Kai Sakura as a striker is not the best situation because while Kai Sakura did get bitched in his last fight against Alexandre Pantoja, Kai is really, really, really good against strikers because Kai is able to, you know, just find your chin. He's good against strikers and people who just don't have good chins. And again, Urseg and Moreno are great fighters. I just feel like they don't have as strong as a chin as Alexandre Pantoja. And Kai was able to, I think at one point, send a really clean knee right up the middle of Pantoja's chin, to which Pantoja ate it, but I don't think Moreno or Urseg could eat that same punch. But granted, both Moreno and Urseg have better striking defense than Pantoja. So there's still variables to be looked at when it comes to a fight between Asakura and Moreno or Urseg, but still, nevertheless, it's going to be a really, really entertaining fight because they're both strikers. They're all three of them are strikers. So that fight is going to be really fun to watch either way. But I'm still happy that Kai Asakura is in the flyweight division. He's a blessing to that division, and the UFC made the right move. You know, win or not, belt or not, Kai Asakura is going to make the flyweight division much more entertaining. But I would still argue that the flyweight division was still entertaining before Kai, but it is going to get even more entertaining with Kai, just because I think Kai is going to get some really big knockouts at flyweight in the UFC that are going to maybe even contend for knockout of the year. Because Kai Asakura, while not much of a strong grappler per se, is a really strong striker, and he has the ability to find people's chins at a really alarming rate with such precision and power that, you know, he's going to sleep some people before he retires, you know? So, should be a good fight. I think if he fights Moreno or Urseg, I think Kai Sakura beats both. And I'm a fan of Moreno and Urseg. I'm not much of a fan of Kai Sakura. I am a little bit, but I'm not much of a fan of him just because I don't really, I'm just not, you know? But I do respect him. And like I said, throughout this whole fucking video, he's a knockout artist and he's got a lot of power, you know? I even have some Ryzen gloves. I bought some fucking MMA Ryzen gloves because of him. They look so fucking sweet, man. But still, I think Kai Sakura is going to knock out Moreno or Urseg, whichever one is given to him. If by some fucking, you know, unforeseeable outcome, if the UFC decides to book Kai Sakura versus Manil Kape, I would give it to Manil Kape just because Manil Kape has a form of striking that is really, really, really fucking high level, especially with head movement. It'll be competitive. I just think Manil Kape is going to find some way to come out on top. But of course, the first few rounds is going to be dangerous as fuck for Manil because of how powerful and how fast and how precise Kai Sakura is, you know? But overall, you let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notifications on. Most importantly, turn the notifications on so you are notified about my next video because YouTube likes to fuck with my viewership. So again, keep those notifications on so you can stay in the loop. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next.